It's Angela De Souza here, and today I wanted to chat to you about your PR. Every month at the Women's Business Club, we run everything that we do according to our monthly theme. We have guest speakers in our club, we run articles on our news page, we talk about it on social media, you name it, we obsess about the theme each month. And so October is our PR month, and we've already had some fantastic talks at last week's clubs, and I'm just getting ready to go out to this week's clubs, which is fantastic. But today I just wanted to give you an opportunity to chat about PR if you're not able to access any of our clubs. And so, what do you think PR means? Leave your comments below, and we'll also want to hear what you think, what your thoughts are, what your questions are, and definitely get back to you about that. But for today, what does PR mean to you? So PR technically can mean public relations, it could also mean press relations, but I want to change the definition today and put it to you that PR can mean people relations. It's all about your relationship with your followers, with your relationship with the people who you want to follow you. What do you want to be putting out there? What do you want people to be seeing? What do you want them to be knowing? It's all about your people relations. And so we're going to look at PR today from that angle. What is your relationship with your audience like? And how are you building that relationship with your people? So for me, PR is very much, it's not just putting stuff out there, but it's very much about the relationship. So it's two-way. So it's very important in this day and age that when we consider PR, we consider how can people connect with us as well. So the very first thing I want to cover is you. You are your brand. You are, or you can be your brand. Perhaps you haven't been using yourself in that way, but you really can. Every businesswoman has an amazing opportunity in that you, as the businesswoman, are unique. You are you. There may be some similar brands, there may be some same models out there, but nobody else can be you. So the very first thing I want to encourage you in is simply to be you. Be content, be happy with who you are. Of course, we can all be a better version of ourselves, and we all should be continually trying to improve and become a better version of ourselves. But who we are, what makes us intrinsically ourselves, we really should be using that and being comfortable with sharing that. Whatever makes you different, whatever makes you stand out, whatever makes you you, that should be shared. That should be part of your PR strategy. Now, depending on your business, you may even want to have your personality infused in your brand. It's very important that our brands aren't just flat, boring, lifeless, well-crafted perhaps, but no personality brand. Hi Janine, nice to see you. So it's very important that we are infusing everything that we do, first and foremost, with ourselves. That's the first part of public relations. And at the end of the day, people always want to know who's behind the business. So even if you haven't put yourself out there, people will always be looking and researching who's the person behind this business. They want to know more about that. So therein also lies a problem, because if you're not putting stuff out there about yourself and people go digging, what will they find? It's safer and better to be putting out things that you would like people to find rather than letting them dig and come up with things that maybe you don't want them to find. We all have things that we may be not proud of, or bad moments, or whatever. We don't want, and those are usually the things that will get picked up on social media or on Google quicker. So be sure to be putting things out there that people can use to find out more about you. What do you want people to know about you? What's important to you? What are your values? What do you enjoy doing? What hobbies do you do? Just continually be putting things out there about you, because people are interested and people do watch. Believe it or not, no matter what, people are watching you. People who follow your business would like to know a little bit more about you. So your personal brand is a really important part of your public relations, of your people relations, as we said today. I highly recommend Liz McDermott. She's one of our members in our Swindon Women's Business Club, and she really helps businesses get their personal brand clear. She takes photographs of the person. She helps you get your the way you look, your professional image right, and she even helps you with your branding, with creating and putting your personal brand out there. So look up Liz McDermott, the headshot diva. Liz often gets mistaken for saying hedgehog diva. But I was also getting a bit tongue-tied there. So the Headshot Diva, she's based in Swindon, but I'm sure she'd be happy to come and see you within reason, wherever you are, and take care of your personal brand. So being yourself, being authentic is really important. The worst part about not being authentic is, at the end of the day, if you're not being yourself, you're going to get found out, and that doesn't make you look good. And secondly, not being yourself is really hard work. It's really hard work to try and be someone you're not, because obviously it doesn't come naturally. You have to constantly be putting on whatever facade you feel you need to put on, and that's incredibly hard work and draining, and people see right through it most of the time anyway. If not, you'll get found out. So it's negative, negative, and negative. The most positive thing you can do is be comfortable with who you are. Tweak the things that you're not so happy with. You know, we all need to be better. And then just put that out there. This is who I am, the good, the bad, and the ugly. People are more attracted to real people than they are to people who appear to be perfect, who appear to have all their ducks in a row, no problems, no drama. In fact, it can be quite boring and stale. Sometimes we like a little bit of drama. Have you seen the things that get the most comments on Facebook? It's the drama people like. So I'm not saying air your dirty laundry online. I'm not saying, you know, pull out all the skeletons in the closet and tell everybody, look at this, I'm the sum total of all these bad things, because that would be silly as well. But have a balance, you know. If you're struggling with something, then why not talk about it? Why not say that these are the areas that I'm passionate about, and these are the areas I struggle with, and then you'll be amazed at how you will attract people to yourself because of the great things about you and because of the struggles, because people want to help. They want to get involved, and they want to encourage. On the whole, people are generally nice, and they want to say, you know, don't worry, I've been through that. This is what I did. It's going to be okay. So really make sure that your people relationships is real. You're authentic, and you're comfortable with just being yourself. And invest in yourself. Invest in your personal brand. Take time to craft your personal brand, and if you struggle with that, get a professional in, because as we all know, people buy from people. And so what they see, how they feel about you and all that sort of thing will really affect how much business you attract to you, because at the end of the day, if there's something that they just don't like about you, even if your business is perfect, your brand is perfect, your products and services are amazing, if everything is as best it can be, but people just don't, there's something that they just don't click with you, either they're not your ideal client, and that's fine, you know, cut them loose, because you really need to be able to work with people who at least like you as a minimum. But also, if you're not being authentic, there's that natural barrier that goes up and will make people mistrust but not know why. And so invest in your personal brand, invest maybe in getting professional photography, invest in getting a branding expert in. If you don't have the budget for it, you know, put it out there in your favorite LinkedIn or Facebook group, and ask people you know, what they would recommend, or ask them for feedback. But definitely take time to invest in you. Okay, next I wanted to talk about, let me just find it because my screen went blank. Okay, so what can PR be? Let's have a look at that. So in the olden days, before social media went totally mad, you would really have to work hard and pay a lot of money to get yourself on TV. You'd have to pay massive advertising budget to be in the newspaper or magazines, etc., etc. And it was really, really expensive and hard work. But if you got a professional PR person in, again, can be expensive, Nowadays, things are becoming more and more accessible, but they would also have to put a lot of effort into getting you on TV and in the newspaper and in magazines, and there's no guarantee. Those things are still valid. We still need them. They still exist, and they are still very, very important to us as business women. We've just invested with the lovely Fiona Scott, and she's going to be taking care of our PR, because we still want to be on TV, on radio, in newspapers and magazines. We still need to get there. We still value that. But I want to take you one step back. What if you're not ready for that yet? What if you want to do a little bit of your own PR, but you don't have a budget, or you have a very small budget for it? There's a ton of things you can do that falls under the PR umbrella that doesn't cost you anything. You just need to plan it well, craft it well, and remember that once it's out there, it's out there. Once you've put something out there onto the internet, the World Wide Web, it's very difficult to get it down. So plan well before you put something out there. The first thing is the most obvious. It's exactly what I'm doing today. I'm doing a Facebook Live. This is part of our PR. This is me, the managing director of the Women's Business Club, putting me, my face, my bookcase, my mirror, my bad hair day, the whole lot out there on Facebook, doing a live to support you and encourage you in your business, and to show you that it's not hard, and it doesn't have to be a professional, you don't have to be a professional, actor or professional video liver to really put yourself out there. All you need to do is be you, whatever that means. Be you and put that out there. So Facebook Lives are the most obvious ways of doing PR. Some tips for that, first of all, is make sure you have good lighting. I've seen some really good Facebook Lives with fantastic quality content, but you couldn't see anything. There was like this shadow over the person's face because they were sitting with the window behind them. So some top tips: if you're doing your own Facebook Live, you don't have the budget for professional gear, at least sit facing natural light. Face your window and get some light onto your face, so when you're speaking, people can at least see your face, because it doesn't matter how good your content is. If your video quality is bad, it's instantly going to make people value what you have to offer less, because you seem to be unprofessional. So before you hop on Facebook Live and just go on your phone and hold it up, there are lots of little things. You could even do your own research, how to produce a really professional looking Facebook Live. So lighting is really, really important. For a small investment of about between 30 and 50 pounds, you can hop on to Amazon and you can get a studio face light. So it's just a UV light. I have one facing me at this time, and I'll turn it off to show you. I can find the plug. Okay. So there's me with my lamp. There's me without my lamp. Okay. Subtle difference, but this lamp is making sure that my face is clear, but it's natural light. It's not like a lamp, a table lamp. It's a particular bulb that won't show the things on your face that maybe you don't want people to see. But anyway, small investment, hop on Amazon. You can get yourself a little tabletop lamp that you can just put behind your camera and make sure that your lighting is really, really good. Another thing you need to focus on is that your sound is good. People need to be able to hear you. Again, you could have the best quality content. You could have hundreds of pounds of studio lights, getting the lighting just perfect. But if they can't hear you, what's the point? There's absolutely no point. And so make sure that you've tested your sound and that you've got the best possible sound. Something that if you want to invest a little bit and get good quality video, I've bought a Mevo, spelled M-E-V-O. It is a bit of an expense, but I call it an investment, because I've taken this Mevo wherever I go. I can't actually show it to you now because I'm using it. But it's a fantastic little device. It's a camera about this big, and it has amazing wide angle lens. It has fantastic quality sound. You can take it wherever you go, you can run it through your phone, and it's just the most amazing thing. So if you can put a little bit of budget and you want to do a lot of videos, I use this not only for my lives, but also for my pre-recorded videos, for my training videos. I use it for everything. So I would recommend, if you wanted to invest something, invest in a Mevo. So that's sound. And then finally, another thing that you can really work on is your background. So when I'm doing training videos or you know, a whole lot of videos, I'll actually position myself with a plain wall behind me. So I'll have just white background, so that then I can use the videos and put text overlays or top tips or whatever. I've got space then to use around me. And on this occasion, I've chosen my bookcase behind me and a little piece of my mirror, not on purpose. I just couldn't get it out of the frame. But the point is, make sure that you don't have, I've seen some people with a picture right behind their head, and then there's something weird sticking off the top of their head. So even though I've chosen a not so plain, slightly busy background, I've made sure that I'm standing in the right place. And also, you'll see behind me are my post-it notes on my wall. Okay, so they shouldn't be there. I should have taken them down, but I'm just trying to stand in front of them. So again, so that's not a distraction. So you can see there's background, but it's not distracting. And simply by changing the place where I stand, I can make the video a bit of a distraction. There we go. Do you see that that's a bit more distracting? Because my head has got the bookcase, you've got my sticky notes, you've got my mirror, and now I'm standing here. Let me just get it right. There we go. So I still have background, but I've merely changed the position that I'm standing. Lots of simple things like this to consider when you're doing your Facebook Lives. What are you wearing? Okay, if you've got shiny stuff, lots of shiny stuff on you, or you're wearing shiny clothes and you've got a light on you, it's going to sparkle and it could be distracting to people. Also, if you have a very patterned top or stripes, can be quite tricky on camera as well. So think about what you're wearing, and is it going to draw the attention away from what you're saying? Or is it going to be confusing for the eye? Is it going to be a problem in your life? So consider everything. Carefully craft your lives before you hop onto the camera. So that's going into a bit of detail, very practical, but Facebook Lives are the thing. And they say that the next generation are only going to communicate by video. So video is not going away. The best thing you can do for your public relations, for your people relations, is get comfortable with video, because it's here to stay and it's only going to become more and more necessary for you and your business. The next thing that you can do for your people relations is have a look at some other Facebook groups or pages who are doing really well, and invite people to do guest lives. So approach them and pitch your content. Say, you know, I'm doing this video series on PR and I'd love to offer to do a complimentary live for your followers. Would you like me to do that for you? And so you pitch it really nicely. And you'll be amazed how many places, how many Facebook groups or pages would welcome some quality live content. And so, you know, we do as well. We welcome people in our group. Our members are all allowed to do lives and bring their expertise to the group, because that's what adds so much value. So consider that. The next thing you could do as a guest is you could do guest articles or guest blogging. So if you prefer writing and you want to write your expertise, you can, first of all, you can contact other websites, other businesses, and offer your content. If you go to our website, womensbusiness.club, if you go /news, you'll see that there's a place there where you can contribute your press release or article. Now, there are different types of content, and if you submit the wrong content to the wrong place, you'll never get it published anywhere. So remember that there's a difference between a press release and a guest article or guest blogging. So if you want to pitch yourself, position yourself as an expert, then you're going to want to write up some really good content and contact the places where you'd like it published and offer your expertise. It can't be salesy. It can't be an advert. It has to be about offering value. It can't be about getting yourself out there as the primary objective. It needs to be about serving that business, that website, that community with your expertise. And off the back of that, you might be allowed to add a link to your website or social media, etc., etc. But you need to be very careful that you pitch these things correctly. Now, if you're pitching to the press and you send an article, they're not going to want to publish it either, because that needs to be news. That needs to, press release needs to be, this is new, this is happening, here's what's going on in the business. And it can't, again, be advertising, because you pay for advertising. You should be paying for your adverts, and they're not going to let an advert style press release slip through. The journalists, they will spot it a mile away, and you've got no chance. So make sure, if you're doing a press release, that you're sending real news. Now have a look on the Women's Business Club news page, and you'll see some articles and you'll see some news, and you should easily be able to tell the difference between the two. I think we've tried to tag news stories as news. So if you go to the drop-down menu, you should be able to identify news stories. Although we're probably a bit more relaxed than most places about that, and we probably allow some of our members a little bit of a sneaky advert in as well. So consider that, your PR. Could you be doing those things now? Of course you can. There's not one of you watching now that can't do any of these things that I've just mentioned. There's nothing stopping you. There's no budget in it. You can do it completely for free to start off with, so money can't hold you back, time can't hold you back, because that's a choice. You make a time choice. Are you going to put time into this or not? You can't say, I don't have time. You're in control of your 24 hours every day. You choose how you spend your time. So the only thing that could stop you time-wise is you deciding that this is not a priority for you. But it's not that you don't have the time. What else could be holding you back? Opportunities? Absolutely not, because there are more than enough opportunities. I'm giving you one right now. Send me your content, or your offer to do a live. Get in touch. There's an opportunity right here, right now for you to start getting somewhere with your PR, either starting or pushing it forward to the next level. So take this opportunity. Women's Business Club exists to support you in your business, and we really want to help you share your success story. So get in touch. Now, think about how hard it used to be. You used to want to get a book published, and so you wrote your manuscript, you perfected it, and then you posted it off, or whatever, or visited, and you went to like 60 different publishing houses, and one by one you start getting these rejection letters. No sorry, no sorry. I know, I'm talking from experience. I wrote a children's book way back when, and I think I must have sent it to like 60 publishers, and I remember how disheartening it was to keep getting these rejection letters, and so I never did publish my children's books. Maybe I will one day. Anyway, since then we've come a long way. Self-publishing. Most people just self-publish, and if you self-publish in the right way, you could then get picked up by a publisher, but actually it's not as attractive as you think. In order to be published by a publishing house, they get you to jump through a lot of hoops. You have to already have your platform, your audience. Basically, they want to know that what you're submitting to them will sell, because you are going to do all the hard work. So basically, you have to do all the hard work. You get a small fee, but they keep a whole bunch of the money as well. So I'm not discouraging you from wanting to get published, of course not. But I'm saying be careful and have a look at the contracts and consider the benefits and the pros and cons. Self-publishing is very popular these days, and you can do it for absolute free. You can go to the Amazon self-publishing channel called createspace.com. You can literally upload your manuscript. You can use their artwork. If you don't have an artist, don't worry, because you can use their artwork for your cover, and you can produce this beautiful book, and you don't have to spend a penny, because it's only pay on demand. So they will put your book onto Amazon, and they will not charge you a penny. They'll just send you money if and when your book sells. So there we go. You've got a book published on Amazon, and you haven't spent a penny, and the money can come through to you. Now, I'm not going to go into this in detail, because self-publishing is a whole nother story, and you need to understand book marketing. You need to talk to some of our Southampton ladies about book marketing. Karen Williams did a fantastic book called Book Marketing Made Easy. So self-publishing, it's great. You can write a book, you can self-publish it, it can sit on Amazon, and no one can ever buy a copy as well. So it's not as simple as that, but I'm just saying that there is a way these days to get your book published and get it out there in a way that doesn't cost you a fortune. Another thing we can look at is TV. You know, we've all like, oh, I want to be on TV. We need to be on TV for our business, for our brand. We've got to get, you know, TV. It cost, what was it? Like £60,000 for 3 seconds or something. Don't quote me on that because I don't know exactly what the prices was, but it's not cheap to be on TV. A great PR person like our lovely Fiona Scott, she can help you. She can't guarantee, but she can help you position yourself so you can get on TV as a guest as opposed to an advertiser. So there are ways. But again, taking you back, before TV's a maybe. There's no guarantees. But what is guaranteed is YouTube. You can create your own TV channel. You can create the most amazing channel, live content, pre-recorded content. You can get such a buzz. We've just done some research and discovered that the highest paid YouTuber is a woman. Yay, go girls! A woman named Michelle Phan. She's 29 years old and her net worth is 50 million. Is that dollars or pounds, by the way? Dollars. $50 million. What? She didn't need to get on TV. YouTube. She's a YouTuber. And what does Michelle Phan do? She does makeup tutorials. Oh my goodness. There are some ladies watching this now. I've told you, do makeup tutorials. It's good for your business. This lady's net worth is $50 million because she took some great advice that I've been giving you. So there we go, my $50 million tip. So don't think TV's the only way. Make your own TV. You can in this day and age. And then we look at radio. We're all like, it's so great to be on radio. And yes, it is great to be on radio. But you know what? Don't wait. Nowadays, we can just do our own radio in the form of podcasts. And if you have a WordPress website, there's a fantastic, really simple podcast plugin that makes it super easy for you to create and publish your own podcasts. And more people are listening to audiobooks and podcasts on their phone while they're driving or at the gym or going for walks. And so really, you can create your own radio. And then there's newspaper. And you know what? They still exist, and we really should still be using them because good old-fashioned newspapers, good old-fashioned magazines, you can't beat them. I hope they never go away. But anyway, I'm going to end there. I'm going to wrap up. I don't know how long I've been waffling on. Let's see. Probably far too long. Whoopsie daisy. Sorry there. I just cut my face off. Silly me. The great thing about a Mevo is that you can pinch the screen to see how much of the background you want to get in, and I accidentally just tapped it, so sorry about that. I went off camera for a bit. I hope that helps. If you have any PR questions, pop them in the comments. I'm going to put some links in the description now and in the comments for you with more resources. If you want some support and help or opportunities to give it a try and get started, just get in touch. There are loads of us sitting here behind social media waiting for you to leave us a message or give us a call because we're here for you. We want to support you in your business. So have a brilliant day, and don't forget, start your PR now. There are no excuses anymore. I've just taken them all away. Bye.